All right, so now let's move from that old classic R&B. Let's get into some pop music. And this is about Jade. So Jade, as y'all know, formerly of Little Mix, she has a new album coming out next month. I do feel like y'all taking too damn long to release this new album, but that's what they're doing, so we'll go along with it. But she recently did an interview, and I think it was with The Guardian. First of all, that was a good interview, by the way. Um, she's speaking out against a lot of people in the industry, particularly celebrities like Maddie Healy from 1975, who in the past has been very political when it comes to a lot of things that he feels passionate about. But all of a sudden, this whole Israel-Palestine situation is going on. He's been real quiet. And she's calling out pop stars who performed at Glastonbury for being a little, silent on their overall thoughts regarding this whole situation. So the former Little Mix star, whose full name is Jade Thirlwall, told The Guardian that she doesn't think it's right for celebrities to turn a blind eye to what is happening in the world, saying, quote, "I don't think you can be a pop artist and cover your eyes," she said, before directly referring to the 1975 frontman Matty Healy. She said, "I saw Matty Healy say that he doesn't want to be political, which I found disappointing. It's very easy for someone who's white and straight and very privileged to say that. Good for you, hun." Now, during the 1975's headline set, I was like, wait a minute, they misspelled something. They put "sat" headline set on the Pyramid stage at Glastonbury back in June. Healy said that he didn't want the band's legacy to be about politics, and she said, "We don't want our legacy to be one of politics. We want it to be one of love and friendship," he said, in a somewhat surprising statement, given how Healy has spoken extensively about his own political views in the past. Throughout her career, and especially since blasting into solo stardom last year, Jade has been a vocal supporter of LGBTQ plus rights. Most recently, she has spoken out in favor of Free Palestine. Of Free Palestine, I should say. Now, during her own set at Glastonbury on the Woodsy stage, 32-year-old plastic box singer started to chant with the crowd, taking aim at the right wing British political party Reform UK. Well, she didn't say dev to the RDF, but what she did say was reform, FU, welfare cuts, FU, transphobia, FU, silencing protests, FU, selling arms, FU, justifying genocide, FU. Now, back in May, while performing at LGBTQ plus music festival Mighty Hoopla, Jay let the crowd in a pro-trans rant and took aim at author J.K. Rowling, who I truly believe that the reason why J.K. is out here still big mad at the trans community, and she even said something recently which kind of pissed me off. But I was just like, you know what? I'm not even gonna let that. I'm not even gonna let that bother me with what she says. Like, I just tune her out now. She's kind of like, to me, Azealia Banks, where I just don't even give energy to her anymore, because I feel like she's going to feel how she feels. She realizes that the whole um, anti-trans thing is the only thing that's bringing her any kind of relevancy or any attention. So she's going to keep going along with it. I'm like, okay, bitch, well, that's what you want to do. Then you go ahead and you keep going. But so, yeah, so she said, the day before Jade's interview with The Guardian was published, an interview with her former bandmate Perry Edwards was published in The Telegraph, in which she argued pop stars shouldn't feel pressure to speak out about politics. And I remember that Robert, friend to the show, had a whole situation. He and I would about that, because he was saying like, oh, well, Jade is the one that's really speaking out and doing this other stuff, but Perry hasn't really said anything. And I do kind of wonder, like, is it that Perry is saying this because she's biracial? So with her coming out and doing all of that, she feels like she can't really come out and say what she wants to say, because she'll get a lot of the backlash and people are going to go on her. Whereas Jade, being who she is, she can be more open with speaking out. But maybe what I'm thinking with Jade is she just don't give a good goddamn. I'm gonna just say whatever the hell I want to say and screw what people think. But the songs are bops. She's successful. People are really gravitating towards her music overseas. I can't say the necessarily the same thing for America. I do feel like she has a cult following over here so far, but of course in the UK she's big over there. But she said this. She said the best thing is for women to have a choice. If you want to be political on stage, be political. If you want to keep away from that ish and focus on other things, then do that. Saying, I don't think women should have to go through a tick box checklist. Am I political enough? Am I proud and sexy enough? Am I covering up enough? And you know what? I'm going to actually agree on that. Like, I feel like and I've always said this, if you feel within your spirit to be political, then be political. If you want to speak out against atrocities of the world, things that's going on, women's rights, gay rights, free Palestine, if you feel it within yourself to speak out on it, then speak on it. Don't give me no vague ass answer like Madonna just did recently. Don't give me that. Like, if you're going to speak out, you really got to go in on the complexity, excuse me, regarding that. We're not going to play the both sides situation and try to stay in the middle. But if you want to speak out on politics, speak out on politics. But you can't be one of those people like a Matty Healy, and you always built your foundation on being political. But all of a sudden today, oh, I don't want to be political because the biggest political thing is Palestine. Don't be political some of the time. I mean, all of the time. And then this time, all of a sudden, you want to change your tune. So I think that to me is the hypocritical part. But if you're someone who is like a Kylie Minogue and you don't bother nobody, you just want to get up there and perform, you have your beliefs, whatever, and you feel in your heart that, you know what, my political beliefs is my political beliefs. What I believe is not for consumption of everyone, then that's fine. But I do agree that not everybody should have a gun to their head and put the metaphorically speaking, and have that pressure to have to speak on something that they don't have either the mental capacity of wanting to speak on that, the information or the education. If that's not something that you're really good at doing, then don't do it. But if you're going to speak out on things, if you feel passionate about it, then speak on it. That's all I got to say on that. So shout out to you, Jade. I'm looking forward to the new album whenever that comes out. Let me see if I actually, September 12th. That's when that Showbiz Baby comes out. I still do feel like it's too far away for that album to be coming out. That should have came out a while ago. But since he's releasing it in the fall, we'll just have to wait. So I definitely want to hear from y'all. Do you agree with what Jade had to say in regards of what, going after Matty Healy and people not speaking out against political stuff? Or do you feel like, you know what, people can speak, if you feel it within your own spirit and the passion to speak out on politics, then include it in your stuff. If you don't have the bandwidth to speak on it, then don't speak on it. So let me know what you guys think of this story in the comments down below.